Michigan at the 41. What a hit! Ball's free, on the ground. South Carolina deserves to have it.
Seth Rollins just curb stomped Randy Orton.
And with that curb stomp, the future is now.
All right, guys, welcome to the 5-Star Podcast. I got my buddies here, Brian Gray and Scotty Ray, and they are with Pro Wrestling Revolution. Got a show coming up this weekend, but tell us a little bit about yourself, guys.
Of course, like you said, my name's Scott, and thank you, Nathan, for having us on the air today. Been part of professional wrestling now for going about 14 years. Unfortunately, about 2 years ago, I had some health issues that sidestepped me out of wrestling, and that's one reason we started Pro Wrestling Revolution.
Yeah, and I'm Big Brian, the merch guy. I'm also a partner in the Pro Wrestling Revolution. I started wrestling back in 2004, traveled the roads with this guy, and I've had fun with it quite a bit. So,
how long has Pro Wrestling Revolution been around?
Actually, this will be coming up on our third show. Secondly, the first show was in May. We had TNA Superstar Davey Richards on hand for that night. We followed it up with a show in Corbin in the month of June, and we're, of course, coming to London, Kentucky at the London Optimist Club coming up this Saturday night with Colt Cabana and Cliff Compton.
yeah, former WWE superstars, Colt Cabana and Cliff Compton.
All right, we've actually got a video, a little bit about the promotion. This is their open. All right, that looks good. I'm a big wrestling guy. I'm going to make it out Saturday. You said you got a couple guys coming in. What are you guys looking forward to about this weekend?
Really looking forward to bringing something to the community, of course, the Laurel County Optimist Club. Looking forward to having the opportunity to bring wrestling to a local community such as London for everybody to come out and enjoy and have a great time and have just a great show in general.
So you said you've been in the business 14 years?
Yes.
You were how long?
12, since 2004.
12. Any wild stories?
I don't know how many I could actually say on the air.
Don't worry. You can tell me those later.
Okay. Basically, this way I look at it, a lot of people in the area, of course, was growed up on wrestling with Smoky Mountain Wrestling that was from the area and stuff like that. Of course, the traditional WWF, WCW. I've been lucky enough to meet, quite a few guys, of course TNA as well, quite a few guys over the years, and just got to experience something that I was very fortunate to get the opportunity to be a part of. So always grateful for that.
Yeah, I was very happy to share the locker room with beautiful Bobby Eaton of the Midnight Express, Ricky Morton from Rock and Roll Express. Actually, Bobby Eaton, one time in the locker room, in wrestling you wear crazy stuff, you do your hair crazy, things like that. Bobby's got that beautiful mullet, and at the time, I grew out this big afro. I had my hair is curly, so I had this large afro going, and Bobby Eaton looks at me and goes, "I like your hair, kid." And I was like, "I love your hair, Bobby Eaton." It was a great time in the locker room. I had a run-in with Raven he knows all about it. Not such a great time with Raven, but
I thought Raven was a class act.
He enjoyed Raven, me not so much, but
I've seen interviews with Raven. Sometimes he's just really insightful. Sometimes he's awesome, and sometimes he really doesn't want to be there. Sometimes, and he'll let you know real quick. You also told me, and I can tell you guys that there is a video out there floating around of Jim Cornette at a Dairy Queen saying some bad things. I'm not going to show you that video today, but I hear you reference that when you met him.
Yeah, the first time I ever met Cornette, I was thinking, this is Jim Cornette. I have to do something more than, "Jim, I love you, you're the greatest guy ever." So I referenced the Dairy Queen incident. Definitely YouTube it if you haven't. So I'm working security for a convention that he's got a table at, and I'm giving him dirty looks the whole time. And his table starts dying down a little bit, And I go walk over and I look at the stuff he's got on his table, and he's all, you know, he's in wrestling mode. Hey, brother, how you doing? It's good to see you. And I was like, yeah, it's good to see you. And he goes, well, can I help you with anything? And I was like, well, actually, I was wondering if you remember meeting my mother. And he goes, well, where are you from? And I was like, well, I'm actually from a place down the road, Hyden, Kentucky. He goes, I know it, and I know it well. And I go, all right. A few years ago, you went through Dairy Queen, and you met my mother at the drive-thru. He goes, oh, come on now, that wasn't your mother. I go, Jim, I'm just saying. He goes, was that really your mother? I said, no, Jim, I'm just kidding with you. He blew a fit. He was like, oh my God, you big so-and-so. He thought I was ready to fight him. And yeah, that was the first time I met Jim Cornette. It was really awesome.
Sounds good. Do you guys keep up with WWE product or anything?
I do very, very little.
Yeah, I have the network. I love watching the old stuff, the Attitude Era, definitely the stuff even before that. Recently, with the John Cena, Roman Reigns, things like that. Not so much, but whenever I can, yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting because when everybody talks about wrestling, they always think WWE and they always think that. But if you're around here, you've got these options like Pro Wrestling Revolution. We've got BCW and UCW that have shows here in Eastern Kentucky. And if you're looking for something to do on a weekend, it's always a good time. It's always fun.
The way you look at it is in the communities that we're part of, there really isn't that much to do. I mean, this is a thing you can do with your entire family. It's the same thing as going to the theater on a Saturday night. You're going to watch a live action adventure right there in front of your eyes. But the best thing about pro wrestling is you, the fan that's sitting front row or second row, wherever you may be sitting at, you got the opportunity to react with the action. So you get to become part of the show in general instead of just sitting back and being an audience member. So it's a great atmosphere for everybody.
Yeah, and we're always looking to possibly expand, visit other cities here in the southeast region. Like I said, I'm actually from Hyden, Kentucky. I was born in Hyden. I lived in Clay County for 5 years, moved to Laurel County for 10, moved to Knox County after that. Like, I love southeast Kentucky, and that's pretty much the feelings of all three of us. We want to bring a great product to the region. So,
well, I thank you guys for coming by. It's been fun, and I'll
Thank you very much.
definitely check you guys out Saturday.